We're getting there. We are getting there on the fit. See that, friends? Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. You see? A little bit more. And we're going to be there. I've been sanding a little bit now. Kind of helps on the fine little. See, we're getting a little bit right here. Over and out. Oh, there she's starting to come now, friends. Yeah, see there, she's really starting to come. And what you'll see now is you'll see a nice fit here. Oh yeah, this is where you got to be careful now. Yeah, good. And we need to do some of this. It's nowhere near ready to take the axe head. You see, it's just not. You can see yeah, you can see where it's fat. So be careful, because you don't want to end up, hey friends, you know what I'm talking about, right? You don't want to end up short. Okay, when you're throwing your axe in there, okay? So just take your time. These are little tips that have helped me along the way. See, this is probably getting close to getting on there now. Look, we're in. There we go. It's our first fit. So now we are literally, friends, this goes in, okay? These sides go in because I took it on the edge now. We're getting there. We are getting there on the fit. See that, friends? Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. You see? A little bit more. And we're going to be there. I've been sanding a little bit now. Kind of helps on the fine little. See, we're getting a little bit right here. Over and out.
Do you put it on now? How's it done? I'm not sure how it's done. Push to close. Not sure. But it doesn't matter because you've got this tight bond on here now. Because you've got this tight bond on here now, lad. Because you've got the tight bond on it now. Tony. I've had you guys on the whole time. I've been swearing. Come on over and we'll... Tony, come on over. I'll put you doing right here, Tony. Okay, and you can look off into the window. I'll put in your beautiful HB axe that you've put together for you this evening, Tony. I've just been looking for a wedge and probably swearing away, hoping nobody was around to hear me, but I've got me the wedge now. I'm going to pop it in. See how it goes, Tony, alright? Okay then. I'm going to get me my favourite axe for pounding the wedges, Tony. Do you know the axe that I'm talking about, Tony? I'll be back in a jiffy, Tony. Let me find the axe I'm talking about, Tony. I found it here, Tony. Can you see me, Tony? I bet you can, Tony. Let's go for it, Tony. Tony, I think we've got a winner, Tony, with this one, Tony. Yes, Tony.
Victor, things are getting warm. Could you please remove my shawl, please?
There you go, man.
Thank you. Thank you, Victor. Very kind young man, Victor. I don't like to show my arms when I'm doing the Swedish massage, Victor. Some people think I'm a man. It is not my fault my parents were hard workers, Victor.
No.
You see? This is very good. Billy, I am done. Thank you for having me. She's a strong handle. You know, Tony, I'm going to give her another poke or two, Tony. That's about all we're going to get, Tony, on that one, and she's bit right down to the bottom. To be quite honest with you folks, I really like the Irish and the English and the Scottish. I've always liked them. I'm not sure what this one I'm talking of is right now, but all I can say, Tony, is this is just a beauty. You know, the handle's old and vintage and soft. And the wedge went all the way home, Tony. There's no question about it. I measured it, Tony, with this here, you see, and pulled it out, and it was right on the mark with this. If there's anything not in the bottom, Tony, it's only about that much there, Tony. I'm very happy with this work, Tony. It's a beauty, Tony. I'm just loving this work, folks and friends and everyone. That was a long video, 21 minutes. It's terrible. I was lunch of... Oh, forget it. Over and out, friends. Tony, I love you. Take care. Friends, I really like when this happens. This is, doesn't happen every day. This is what I'm talking about right here, friends. Take a look. I may as well just show this like this and just go, hey, take a look at that. Would you look at that? And I'm going to flip it over. Hey, magical. Did you see that? I just flipped that right over. I'm going to show you the edge now. Check it out. I'm going to show you the edge now. Flop. Wild and crazy. See the curl there? What about this? Flip angle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's pretty wicked, friends. Pretty freaking wicked. Look at that fit. No, none of this. See this brown here? This is where it starts to get real hard. Look at nothing here. Nothing here. Little teeny bits here and there. That means it's a nice fit. We got room for a wedge, and we're going to freaking go for it. What I do, friends, at this stage sometimes is I just, and I do it regardless sometimes, friends. I do it regardless. I just go like this. And I just, ever so slightly, I'll just widen up the kerf a little. I like to do that. Just like that, nothing crazy. Just allows that wedge smooth entry and gives it that room to go down, right? So I just, that's something I just do, right? Not saying it's a must. Not saying it's a must. But this thing is ready to rock. Hello, hey, my name is the Alexander. Yeah, this little axe turned out real nice, Charlie. Real nice. I'm not gonna put a, I'm not putting a wedge in it. A steel wedge. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I don't see any point. Makes no sense. Hear that? Hear that crack? Okay. I don't know how many more times I can hit it. I mean, what more do you want? It just, that was a pretty thorough workout on a cross cut, not splitting wood, cross cut. Friends, if you know how to swing an axe, if you know, well, everybody knows how to swing an axe, but if you know how to use an axe, do you know what I mean by that? Like, there's a difference between just swinging an axe, using an axe, right? And swinging it so you don't wreck it, right? There just is. It's, you know. Right? This is a dandy fit. It's wicked. You watch the old timers. They're like, they just watch the old timers. Watch some old logging footage from the 20s and the 1800s, late 1800s, early 20s. Watch them swing them axes. This axe does not need a wedge. It doesn't need one. I just wailed on it for, well, you saw me. You were with me. Look, friends. If you're splitting wood with this, it's done. It's done. It won't fit a round wedge. It's too narrow. Do you know what I mean by that, friends? It's too narrow. You won't fit a round wedge in there. There's no point in putting a round wedge in it. You could put a steel wedge in. We could put some old school steel wedges in it. But we're not getting a round wedge in it. It won't go. It just won't go. You'd wreck it. You know what I mean? You'd wreck it. That would look terrible. You know, we could get, let's see, a step wedge would work well here, actually, friends. It would. These old ones work good. These ones, you ever seen them? They're nice. They add to it. They're kind of nice, these ones. 3. Tony, Montana, out of England. Roof and Tony, we call him. How are you guys? And Charlie, your axe came out. It's the axe of the week, buddy. It is. Your axe is the axe of the week. And I'll just show it to you here. Look at this thing. It was that Buckin that Tony sent. And friends, I used one of the Lip Rippers wedges, and I gotta be honest. I sharpened it. It just worked out nice. It just did. The handle's slender as heck. It's a beautiful axe. It's a leaf spring handle. Charlie, take care of this thing, will you, buddy? Happy birthday to you, Val. Hey, I need you to take care of this bugger. All right, buddy? It's a beauty. Vulcan. But look at the wedge. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Tony. So your axe, Tony, okay, is interesting. It's a humongous Elwell. And let's just turn this off, friends. Let's do this. There. It's a massive Elwell, okay? And I got this handle from Beavertooth, but what the problem is, or not the problem, what the solution I have to find is, and it's just woodworking, is it's almost at the top, but it's not quite. And it is seated, friends. It is seated. Like it's down on the shoulder. You know what I'm saying, right? So I'm gonna have to pop the head off and go for it. So we'll get her popped off, get her in a vise, and start working the woodworking. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Real good. Yeah, see, you can see it's down. It's literally on the shoulder. So I've got to carve this away. I got to do some carving. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll bring you back in a flash oleos. I'm using a different tool. A friend said, I actually forget the name of the gentleman that sent me this, but you know who you are. And I'm using your tool. And because this one, the spoke shave, this is actually delicate cutting, friends, believe it or not. It's almost, it's carving. I have to drop the shoulder. Do you know what I mean? Like I've got to get the shoulder down. Let's put it on. Let's see what happens. It was here too. I may need to do more here, but let's see. Let's put it on. Okay, so let's turn that off again. Okay, so let's take it out of here. I'll give it a little tap and we'll see. I'll turn you guys around. You know where I'm at. Let's see. Okay, this is good. This is real good. Oh yeah, it's working. Oh yeah. So you look at friends, there we are. We're just at we're actually at the top. We are at the top. This is going to be incredible fit. But we're on the shoulder, friends. That's it. It's there. It's not going any further. It's in here. I don't see, yeah, no, it's on the shoulder. So we're getting there. We need to take more, friends. So Tony, we're gonna work some more of this. I'm just gonna pop the handle out. Real easy does it. Like, I just put her in the old vise and I grab my tools that I've been using ever since I started this. Once I get her past there, she just slides right out and you can see where it's wearing. Here, you can actually see it, friends, look. And you can see where it's digging in there. But mainly here, and it's literally digging in right there. I've got to do something here. And I actually like this tool. I like this tool I'm using right now. I'll have to say it. I will have to say it. I truly do. I think I will continue to carve like a native. There we go. Because I want this fit to be nice. It's just scary. This is one of the nicest, it is, I'll be honest with you, I'm not tooting anybody's horn. This is one of the nicest 36-inch handles I've seen in a long time. And I've taken the wood, I've made the shoulder longer now. And I'm thinking we're gonna have a little bit of what we need now. Oh. Yeah. Let's take a look. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed we are. Wow. It's pretty incredible, really. I mean, let's see what happens when we give it one of these. Just one. There's our little proud part I like to see. That's important to me. Yeah, you see, this is it. This axe is done. It's done. Talk to you in a bit. rag is soaked in vodka, and look what happens to it. Look what happens to this thing. Oh, this handle is so nice. I knew it right when I got it. Beaver tooth, nice job on this one. Nice job on this one. You want to talk about a uniform burn, friends? Oh! Okay, this is one of the nicest handles I think I've ever done, Tony. I'm not joking, that's a 5-minute burn right there. Oh. Wow. Okay, this looks, I look at it, friends. Look at the freaking pattern. And that's why I do like grain orientation straight up and down, because you get the flat grain on the side of the handle, which looks so beautiful. This is a gorgeous handle. Oh, this is, and it suits this head so much. Let's freaking put this thing on. Let's do it. See, and this is another thing I like. When you do that, oh, look at that. Heat check. Yeah, right there you can see heat check in the handle. Let's go over here to my piece of wood. It's wood on wood. Nice and soft. Yeah. Yes indeed. Yes indeed. Yes indeed. Okay, one hit with a hammer. Where is it? Alrighty. That's it. One hit. It's the one hit wonder. Or it'll bounce back straight on for you. Oh yeah. Let's put a wedge in it, shall we, Tone? Hey? It's freaking... It's a nice axe. This is a big, nice axe, Tony. You're gonna love this thing, bud. You're gonna love it. All right. I wish we could use these, Tony, but they're not fat enough, and they're not gonna be strong enough. You gotta be careful beating those up. I've got the perfect wedge picked out for you, Tone. Look. See this? You pull this out like this, shebango, and you go like this, okay? See that? That's how I do that. Then, what I do is I look at my space. I look at the gaps, and there's quite a bit of gap there. It needs to be filled, okay? It's seated down on the shoulder hard. Okay, so I want this now to spread the top of this out really hard. So we're gonna go for this, and you're gonna watch it happen. It's just, that's how it's gonna be. You ready for this? I think you are, Tony. I think you're a pretty tough customer, Tony, old boy. And knowing you, Tony, being a roofer, I roofed for a year there with my buddy there years ago. Actually, the same fellow who put the chimney in. And that roofing's tough work. It's hard work. There's nothing wrong with a roofer. Roofers' wage, they make good money all the way around the bend, don't they, Tone? They you know, laborers start out not so bad. I remember it wasn't the greatest pay, but you worked hard for your money, and you knew you did something at the end of the day. I'll tell you that right now. Packing them bundles up them ladders. That's what I done. I was the bundle packer. And stripping. Everybody, it doesn't take brain science to strip a roof. We all know this. But I'll bet you, Tony, you probably get into some interesting roofing projects over in England, eh? Different styles of roofs than what we have, I'll bet. I'll bet you. Okay, Tony, I'm going to go for this. You're going to watch it happen. We're going to go over to my piece of wood here. It's a beautiful day out, right? Not like beautiful. I haven't seen, there's a few clouds in the skies. To say there's not a cloud in the sky is not true. Now, friends, I'm telling you this right now. When you go to do this, okay, if you're down on your shoulder hard, and if you were, you know, when you go to set your axe, you flip it upside down, you crack it. If it goes on, and then bounces back. If you get any of that, you'll see it. It'll be like not even a millimeter. Sometimes you'll just see where it went and then settled. It's like a boom, boom, really quick. Don't worry about that. But when you go to seat your wedge and hammer your wedge in or press or whatever you're doing, press would be good actually. I'm gonna try and set up a press, to be honest with you, because I'm reliant on my old magical hammer here that you guys are gonna come and have a look at. So hold your axe head. It pays to hold the axe head, friends. And what I mean by that, let's get you guys up a little higher. Let's get you up here like this. There we go. Okay, so actually we could hit you with an Arvika. That would be pretty dandy too. But I'm not going to do that because I've got my magical axe right here. I can't tell you how many freaking axes I've made with this axe. I can't tell you. Okay, so I'm going to hold the head down, friends. I'm going to hold it down, right? Put my foot there. I'm going to hold the head on the handle as I start. Okay, I have a good feeling about this because I went on. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So now what's happened is we've started the pressing effect. We've started now to press that wedge open and we haven't jumped up. And sometimes that can happen. So that's why I hold that head down when you're pounding. It's just little things you learn as you go along, friends. This is a gorgeous axe. Absolutely gorgeous. So now we're going to lay a little stank on it. Maybe not. Okay, this is looking really good. So there we are, Tone. That's basically gone home now. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, it went home. Hey? We sunk her. Oh, where are you? Sorry, buddy. I faced you that way and the pounding of the axe just chased you all around. Look what we got, Tone. You see, so we got, it's good. It's good. Okay, up you go. Back on your pedestal. I tell you, I like when they do that. It makes me happy. Now. Scump diddly bump dum ski dump da bump bum skeep diddly dump ski dump da do rip scap skeep scat skilly dump ski dump da do. Diddly bump dum ski dump da bump bum skeep diddly dump ski dump da do rip scap skeep scat skilly dump ski dump da do. Okay, that's not what we're doing right now. We are going to, I think I will get on the wedge here, put this in here like this. Sven has showed up on the scene with his wood raspberry, fine wood rasp, friends. Come and watch. You guys can come and watch this thing happen to me. Let's put you guys on this one. Here. This is right. Yes. I wonder if we should go out and give it a clobber. I think we should. Let's do it. Why not? That's the only way to find out that your fit's good. I don't like the ones that come down and just... Sometimes the shoulder scenario, I don't know. You got to be careful when you come down and bang, you sit on a shoulder. You've got to be careful with that type of sitting, a head seating, hafting. You do. Let's go do it. Let's go take a beat. Come on, friends. Let's do it. So Tony and his boy's axe is done. It's done. This is a big axe, friends.
Tony, you're a crazy wild guy.
You know, big axe is that's what you got. You got a big axe. You don't need a big axe all the time. So Tony, you need a small one too. You know what I'm talking about, right? This is probably gonna chop this thing right in half. I haven't sharpened it or silvered it yet. This is a big axe. Wow. My boy's playing Led Zeppelin in there. This is the only way that I test my axes. And if they don't budge in the first few hits, they ain't going anywhere. This ain't going anywhere. It just ain't. Not when you clobber a wedge in like that, friends. When you get it in like that and you got your high, quote anybody, but if they say something smart, it's smart. And he said, the age-old thing, you know, what man has tried to do is keep the steel on the wood regarding axes, hafting, okay? And he's right. He's right. It has been one of those things. How do we keep this piece of steel on this piece of wood? With temperatures changing, all this stuff changing all the times, shrinkage and all that. So yeah, this axe almost looks like it has a coating of something on it, friends. I'm serious, like a coating of like wax. But Tony, I'm gonna change it. I'm not gonna do much to your, you can't even see the L well. You can barely see it, friends. Seriously, you can barely see it there. So I'm gonna expose that a little bit. I'm gonna do my silvering technique to it. It doesn't need sharpening at all. It's sharp as hell. It literally is. Tony, your axe is done, buddy. I'm gonna let it dry overnight so that the wedge and the haft become one, okay? Mind you, I did sink the wedge so it wouldn't matter, but I'm gonna leave it, I'm gonna let it go overnight anyways, and then I'm gonna put my steel wedge in it because it becomes one, correct? Yes. Over and Rikanuta.
Over and Rikanuta.
Okay, so Tony, beautiful axe. Beautiful. I might actually, no, it's actually sharp, Tone. So this is what this axe head looks like before I get going on it. I'm gonna give it a little silvering technique, little Buckin special technique. It's straight up black. Show you when I'm done. Well, friends, there's something to say. How's everybody doing? I'm back on. There's something to say about, you know how everybody kind of has their own style, if you want to call it, or whatever. Yeah, style. I think that's the word I'm looking for. I've always liked stuff beat up. I have rusty, old, tarnished, pitted. You know what I mean? I just have. Look at my trucks. I mean, I don't care. I honestly, I don't care. Shiny and new is the last thing I want. And it's just me. It's just who I am. So if I can get an old piece of steel or an old car or truck or something up and running and I'm the underdog, I think it's partially to do with that, the underdog. I like the underdog. I like an underdog story. I believe was maybe a bit of an underdog, I think, at some point in my life. I don't know. I think the underdog is cool. I just do. I love the good story of an underdog coming back and kicking arse neck. I do. This axe. Okay, so I did my little Buckin Billy Ray's silvering technique. I call it. I noticed some other guy called it that too. He was, I forget who he was or where he was, but he used the same terminology as me. Even like barbaric and leaving some of the, I've always said, you know, for years making this stuff, I like to leave some of the past of its story on the axe, whether it's a little bit of the paint or a beating or a dent or do you know what I mean? That's just part of my thing. I've always been doing that. And I see there's another guy, he kind of likes that same idea. And that's cool. That's cool. You know, that's great. But it's just funny. It's funny. I hope it's inspired people to get old tools going again, you know, and use them, not just hang them on the wall. That makes no sense. Well, it does. It makes sense to look at, for sure. Don't get me wrong. It does make sense. Everything has a sense, right? Anyway, this axe turned out phenomenal. The shoulder on it, these handles, it was a wicked handle, but I managed to get some proudness above on this. I had to crank the shoulder, as you've seen earlier in the video. Yeah. It just really did turn out nice. You can see it there. You can see the L well now, right? The fit is deadly, and you can actually see L well on there. Can you guys see that? You probably could, eh? Let's make sure you can. Let's bring it into the light. There it is there. Yeah, see? L well. There it is. And you could barely see it, eh? Right? I say we're cut up. Yeah, we are. See? Look at it. Now watch this. Watch what happens. I'm just basically holding it there. I'm going to push it off the tree now. And then grab the rope. Okay? Whoa! He went for a ride in that tree there, didn't he? Ho ho! Man, that guy's up there a ways. Tony. I can't really put this video up because it's your boy's birthday on the 16th, right? Right. So I can't do that. But these two axes, my friend, oh, they really turned out nice. So thanks, Tony. You know, bottom line, buddy, thanks. Thanks for coming in to the channel and being part of the channel and supporting the channel with the axes, my friend. It is huge. It really does. It helps the channel immensely. So thank you so much, Tony. Roofing Tony. Ooh. Beautiful. Over and out. Ah. Hello, Victor. Hello, Victor. Is this where we look, Victor?
Yes.
Hello. Billy has invited me from Sweden to put on the special touch for this axe. From Sweden was a long trip for me. Yes. Billy calls you friends. That is funny because we have many friends in Sweden and we hear that Billy's coming to Sweden. I'm going to give this cruising axe professional Swedish massage with what they call the vodka. Victor, what's funny?
Oh, just a massage. Nothing funny about it.
Victor's funny laughing. Ah, yes. This is where the Swedish massage comes in handy. You see, Victor?
I see.
Swedish technique.
Loosen it up.
Loosen up the fibers in the wood.
Take the oils on better.
Yes.
Yeah.
It lets the oil goes into the wood, Victor. He's laughing. Victor, things are getting warm. Could you please remove my shawl, please?
There you go, man.
Thank you. Thank you, Victor. Very kind young man, Victor. I don't like to show my arms when I'm doing the Swedish massage, Victor. Some people think I'm a man. It is not my fault. My parents were hard workers, Victor.
No.
You see? This is very good. Billy, I am done. Thank you for having me. Thanks, Olga.
Bye.